Hi there, good afternoon. Kirsten Neese with Cornerstone Homes here for Tuesdays at 2. Today I have with us Chris Allen. He's the Director of Purchasing for Cornerstone Homes. Welcome, Chris. Thanks for joining me. And being under the gauntlet, as everybody in our company likes to say. Nobody likes to be cornered by me for Tuesdays at 2, but it's a great experience, and we love to bring industry experience to everybody and all of our viewers and let them know kind of what's going on behind the scenes here at Cornerstone. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been in the industry for 30 years.
Correct. Yep, 30 years in the construction industry, 20 years in the purchasing department.
Fantastic. And you've worked locally all this time, or?
Mostly, local Richmond. So grew up here. So I stayed around the area.
Nice. So that's great. So you know, like every contractor in town.
Yep. I've known quite a few. So
that's certainly helpful.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about what goes on in the purchasing department over there. It's quite a hive of activity right now.
Lately, it has been with the recent events we've had over the last year and a half now. We stay pretty busy scrambling with material shortages and vendors shortage, labor shortage, and just everything's changing constantly. So
right.
We're over there every day trying to stay on top of what's going on in the market and going on with our vendors and contractors and trade partners that we have out there. So it stays pretty busy over there trying to just keep up with the day-to-day.
Right. And so you're on site sometimes out with our teams that are constructing the homes, kind of seeing if there's things that you can do better or workarounds that you might need to do because you have a labor shortage for something or a material shortage. So you go out in the field a good bit and you're on the phone a bit, and I constantly see you in the offices and the meeting with contractors and different people trying to set things up. So quite a busy department for sure right now.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about purchasing. So, from the sales side, a buyer comes in, they purchase their home, and then they meet with Lori, our design consultant, and they make all their selections. So then they've got this beautiful home on paper and in our system. How do you all bring that to life, and kind of what goes on from there once all the selections are made for you?
Well, once all the selections are made, it's usually a downhill process for us. We just start gathering all that stuff together, putting all that in the system, making sure that we have everything purchased properly and the products are available for use. And then we just package it all up and get it ready for the field to continue that process and start the construction of the home. So it can be a busy time. We have one person that's kind of dedicated to just getting the house started, as we call it, in the office and ready for the field to take the reins and build the house.
So when you say they're getting the house ready for the start, they're making sure that everything that needs to be purchased for the home, that 20,000 million little pieces, are all put
Correct.
Together in a package.
Correct. We make sure everything's accounted for and ready to go. And
all that their selections are out there. Now, so when we set up a home for sale, you go through the permitting process and you design the plans and everything, right? But then how do you know what to release when? Do we set all the purchase orders out at one time, or how do you release the house for us?
Typically, we like to release everything at one time and get it purchased and out to our vendors so they can start preparing to purchase these products themselves and have them available when that time is their time to come to the house and install them.
And so that's something that we've kind of changed a little bit through this whole pandemic because of the lead times and the significant lead times. I constantly hear about doors and windows and that sort of thing. So when our buyers choose to build a home with us and they make all their selections, they have 21 days to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've signed off and everything's agreed upon. You guys really get to work and make sure that everything's there so that when we say, yep, we're digging footings, we're ready to go, all the people that are lined up in the different processes are ready.
Correct. Yeah, we start that, and we usually have a few surprises along the way where our appliance manufacturer might call up and say, we're no longer making these refrigerators. We're only going to make these 3 refrigerators. So we're always constantly having to adjust and make sure the product's there, make sure whatever we're offering in selections is something that's going to be available in the future. With the constraints on manufacturing right now, we're seeing limited availability on everything. So we're having to constantly maneuver through that little minefield of
you're like a little
shortages.
Gymnast over there, bouncing all over the place, trying to make sure that we can score the perfect 10, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on the back end with the home construction and the shortages. I mean, everybody's talking about like record sales pace, record lumber prices, record low inventory, and so for the purchasing department, it's been a significant bump in your day-to-day activities, I would say, right? I mean, you've been in the industry 30 years. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Nothing like this, where we actually have a shortage of material. We've seen labor shortages. We've seen fuel costs create some other issues, but never have I seen something like this where we're actually not able to get product delivered to us.
Right.
At the current moment, most things are getting put on allocation, so it's going to limit our potential for growth and expansion until we can.
And so with that, we have a pretty strong business plan this year, and we've had big team meetings kind of figuring out how to navigate that. I feel confident, I think you do too, that we're managing not only our buyers' expectations, but our own expectations, and we're also working through the obstacles that we have with this early release of things and really trying to see the problems coming before they get on top of us.
Yeah, correct. I mean, that's kind of what I've been doing here lately, is just going out into the market, finding where we can secure material and windows and doors and then make sure that we have them for the future.
Right.
And just creating partnerships with vendors out there so that we can have the material when we need it. And it's challenging right now, and we're looking for new innovative products that will help us get through these shortages that we're going to see. And I think we're not in the worst of it yet. I think that's still to come.
You do feel like that.
As the summer goes on, it's their busier time anyway. Mm-hmm. So the spring market, we're having trouble. So the summer is going to be a real roller coaster.
Right. And we just, want everybody to know what we're up against and kind of manage your expectations as we navigate every day with the purchasing obstacles that come in front of us. And you and your team are doing an amazing job in keeping us on track so far, and our construction team, and working hand in hand with everybody here. So as we continue to evolve with the things going on, we'll continue to meet again, hopefully, if we need to, and kind of inform everybody what's going on and make sure that everybody's clear how significant the pandemic has been in the new home construction industry. If there was one thing that you wanted to tell our customers today, what would it be?
Just to hold on, and don't be surprised if we do have an issue and we have to have sales come back to reselect something because we no longer can get a refrigerator or a stove or whatever it might be, that we're working hard to always find an alternative that is equal or better than what they have, and just to have patience with us and help us through it, because it's tough right now with appliances and lighting and plumbing and everything. So
right,
people are just not making everything anymore. So a little patience there, and we can all get through it.
That's right, and I think that's the key, is a lot of patience on all of our parts, just trying to and teamwork, and trying to see the problems ahead of time. So Chris, you've been great at that so far, and I have no doubt that you'll continue to succeed and do well through the rest of this year. So we've talked a lot about things that are crazy right now. What do you enjoy most about what you do, and why you've enjoyed being in the purchasing role?
Oh, I enjoy going out and finding the products and getting them in, and then seeing them go into the homes, and the end result of a nice home and having good products that we've found and put in, and also finding unique items that no one else is using, and being the first to bring them to our market has always been a fun adventure, you know.
Right. Yeah, you get to go to those home building shows and sort of see what's out there and decide if that's the right product for us. And
Absolutely.
and I know you're a real personable person, and you love probably all those relationships with all the contractors that you have, and getting to meet and talk with them all the time and regularly. So, well, let's do a little bit of fun, rapid fire. All right, a little bit about you. Farmhouse or craftsman style?
Farmhouse.
All right. 1 week of vacation or several long weekends?
Long weekends.
I'd say both.
I don't have that much time.
Beach or the mountains?
Mountains.
Ice cream, cake, or pie?
If you know me, all of it.
Perfect. Spring, summer, fall, or winter?
Fall.
I like the color of the fall. So, well, we're looking forward to getting through this year with you all in the purchasing department, and I know you guys have the reins at hand and will guide us all through it really well, and appreciate your taking a few minutes out of your day to be with us and share with all of our viewers, what's going on out there. Thanks so much.
Thank you.